If the process is not working for you just yet, that is because it is busy working on you. We do ourselves more harm than good when we cheat the process. We deny ourselves the chance to develop the very qualities that will sustain us in the face of adversity. We rob ourselves of the satisfaction that comes from knowing we earned our success through hard work and perseverance. The process teaches us patience, a virtue that is becoming increasingly rare in our fast-paced world. We live in an age of instant results where success seems just a click away. But true success, the kind that stands the test of time, is built brick by brick, day by day. It is the product of consistent efforts and unwavering commitment. Each step we take, each obstacle we overcome is an opportunity for growth and learning. The process is not always glamorous. It requires hard work, dedication, and sometimes sacrifice. But it is through these hurdles that we become stronger and wiser. If we look at the stories of those who have achieved greatness, and you'll find that they all had one thing in common: a deep respect for the process. They embraced the journey, the highs and the lows, and they emerged stronger and more resilient. They understood that the process was not just a means to an end, but an integral part of their success story. They knew that success is not just about reaching the destination, it is also about who they become along the way. Rome wasn't built in a day, and the same applies to your dreams. It will not manifest overnight. The law of attraction works in mysterious ways, and your dedication will not go unnoticed.
I think this concept of embracing the process, or respecting the process, or trusting the process goes back to that original idea of acting now. You know, one thing that many of us we tend to overlook is we tend to underestimate what we're able to do in a period of time, long period of time, 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, if we actually stick to the process and we're committed to the process and put in the work in, day out. But on the flip side, we tend to overestimate what we're able to do in the short term. And this really goes back to the idea of once you figure out what it is you want to do, and you're putting in as much work as you can possibly do in every given time, the next thing is just trusting the process and being patient enough to know that the process always materializes down the line. If you don't have a process and you think you can just ram your way into achieving anything meaningful, then most people end up realizing that it doesn't work that way. The process is a process. Like any professional athlete, like any professional in anything, you understand that before you even get to that point where you can call yourself a professional, you've had to trust the process, the training that's required to get there. And you're putting in the work day in, day out. There is no other way, no shortcuts to success. A lot of the people that we look up to today, we always, pretend or deceive ourselves as if they made that success overnight. there's nothing like there's nothing called overnight success. It doesn't exist. It really doesn't exist. Most of the people that you see that are really, carved out a name for themselves are people who, for a long time, have put in the work and understood somewhere deep down that as long as they keep showing up, as long as they keep putting in the work, as long as they stick to the process, the smart process, obviously, because you have to reset your process. Once you figured out what the best approach is, you just got to put in the work, put in the work, put in the work. One day at a time. And cumulatively, that's where the magic happens. Stay in the process, trust the process, and keep grinding.